I'm Chris. Sir, we've not met. I sent a deputy up to make sure that your rights were protected.
No, you sent two deputies that were armed. They were the only armed people on our property.
They were there for you.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were. So that's why I sent them.
Why didn't you come?
I sent my lieutenant, and I had other
Guess
duties.
what? Guess what? They didn't say anything to us about that. As far as we were concerned, they were there to make sure we didn't go ahead and
No, sir, that's not.
it's BS.
No.
Sir,
You guys,
I can only tell you what I know to be a fact, and that is that when they called me, they said, "We have these papers to serve. They're signed by a judge. Do you want to see them?" And I said, "We absolutely do. That's the agreement I have with all the federal agencies that advocate for work in the community." Now, I am terribly sorry for your trouble. I'm sorry.
Yeah, speak up a little bit.
When they called, they gave us the opportunity to look at the paper and asked us if we wanted to be there. I assigned my lieutenant and another deputy and told them, "You are there to protect those people's rights and to ensure that due process has been carried
there
out."
was no due process.
The papers were signed by a judge.
That's a federal thing. You have right here.
Exactly.
You know, exactly, and it does not hold jurisdiction over you at all.
Yes, ma'am, it does. I have no authority to stop federal agencies from doing their job. That's nowhere in my constitution.
So you have
You don't have. You don't have.
It's not. If they had come without a sign. Absolutely.
The personal belongings.
Yes, ma'am. But,
Okay.
but the feds do have jurisdiction, and nowhere in this document does it say that my authority trumps them.
You know, this isn't
unless-
really a recording thing. This is
I'm
Chris
sorry,
Hoffman.
ma'am. We're having a conversation. You need
Well, I
to
know.
not
I'm
interrupt.
talking to the two that are recording.
I'm sorry. They're with us, and it is a public meeting, so you
That's
need to
true.
just toddle off
It's
and pull up
okay.
a chair.
It's okay, Pat. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It's the bottom line is that, and I want to have a calm conversation
No,
with you. I know that you're
upset.
upset.
I'm very
Would
upset.
you be?
Your deputies
Absolutely,
told
positively.
us they told you we will use whatever force it takes to have you off this property.
That was not my deputies.
Oh,
It wasn't.
Oh, that was that,
They
right?
told you that was the IRS that told you that, and
No,
we
the
would not have
deputies.
allowed them.
No, the
We would-
sheriffs in Ravalli County. Like, there was two cops there that were sitting there laughing at us.
And they had their guns unsnapped, and I came in with my hands up, drawn. They had our dog in the cop car. They wouldn't let us get our kids' bikes. They wouldn't let us get our belongings, what was on the property. They said, "You have 10 minutes to get off." What
The deputy
interests
told you
me-
that, ma'am?
What interests
The
me-
deputy told you that?
The IRS. They
The
were there
deputy was there to
supporting-
protect your rights.
They were not.
Well, they didn't
Yes, they were.
communicate. They didn't
Absolutely
communicate
not.
that to
I
us
wouldn't
at
have left
all.
my property. If I'd have known.
Did anybody put their hands on you?
I went willingly because I got a 2-year-old at the time, and I'm not going to have her stuck in custody and him and my husband be arrested. They told us no matter what force they were going to use, they were going to use it. Our rights were definitely unprotected. This is what I'm asking.
Okay.
You have a deed recorded in your clerk and recorder's office with our name on it. This was a deed that we purchased from the county. This is
Right.
a property we purchased from the county.
And-
So you get papers from some judge saying that they're going to pay a bill for some other owner on this property, and you don't protect my right. You swore an oath to do that, did you not?
Yes, ma'am, I did, and
Why
I
didn't you
carried
protect
that
my
oath. I carried that oath.
Well, then why
I
didn't
have
you
no
tell them they had
authority
no
to
right
tell
to
a
take
federal
my
judge that he can't do that. Under the law, the way this worked was that you guys knew that there was another tax lien. She told you that.
The tax lien, actually,
Exactly.
we knew that they were a person of interest. That's exactly right. Are you familiar with the federal statutes in the Montana Code Annotated? It says in there.
I'm
if you
familiar
give-
with Montana Code Annotated, I
Okay.
am. But I'm not familiar with
It says in there,
federal
if you give
statutes.
them
No, I'm not.
notification and the redemption period is ran, in fact, if you read your deed, it says this deed is free and clear of all lien and encumbrances on it as of the effective running of the redemption period, which ran. We lived in that place for over a year, and they kick us out? Their redemption period's only 120 days. That's nowhere near a year.
Okay. The only thing that I can tell you is this is not the paper that was signed by the judge, but the judge signed the paper, due process was carried out.
I know you're
under
going to
the
sit here and
federal
slap a federal act,
Due
but the
process is
process is
still
you
being
are to protect the
Absolutely,
you are
and you
protect
do
the
have
citizens.
remedy. You do have remedy
You-
in the courts. But the
But you
sheriff,
should have come to us. You
nowhere
didn't
in
even
this.
call us and say, "I'm going to protect citizens of this county
No,
and their
I
rights and their
physically
private
sent two
property
deputies up there for
to
that
chase
purpose.
us off with guns."
No, ma'am.
Are you kidding me?
Did you want the deputies to leave their guns when they came on the property?
They had them.
They could have communicated
they
something to us.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
They didn't communicate anything to
And
us to that
for you to
effect.
sit here and tell us against
I know
how
that you
many
had a
testimonies
conversation with
is a joke.
my lieutenant.
Oh, I did
He
not.
related it back to me as soon as he got back.
He
to the
didn't have.
office.
Then
What are you talking about?
He did not tell the truth because he did not have a conversation with me at all.
This one was busy carrying out little juice and was crying and trying to run out. They wouldn't even let us get our bikes and our swings.
And you know what?
Why
I
didn't
hate
you
that,
come to
but
our
there was
house?
nothing
Why
that I could
didn't
do
you
to
come
stop
to
it.
our house and say, "Mary, I got this thing from these people. I know the county and the state of Montana with its stamp seal is saying this property is yours. It is in your name, and you're a citizen of my county, and I've taken an oath to swear to protect you and your property. And I want to know, did you give the IRS links?" I'd say, yes, it's recorded down at the clerk and recorder's office. 9 notices. Their redemption periods have ran. We have not been given due process. Here's my attorney's name and number. Why didn't you call him? It's in an appeal. Let us have our appeal heard. Let that due process take place before you come in with your officers and just get some little wimp paper from a judge saying, "Oh, let's chase these people off." Because the U.S. Marshal didn't have any firearms, and I sure as hell wouldn't have left my place had I known that your officers were there to protect my family. That is absolutely false. They said, "We will use whatever force needs be to get you off this property." And I told my
No
19-year-old
deputy said that
boy-
to you.
Oh,
No deputy
let's
sheriff
take it
said that
outside.
to you.
I'm telling you what. No, you don't tell me. Those are my 2 boys. Those are 19. And I looked at them and I said, "You are adults. They'll try you as adults. You hold your tongue. You hold yourself cool, because we got a little girl who you guys would slap into state custody, and they'd be months pressed till we could get them out, and you'd slap us in jail." We left willingly to calm it down, but absolutely not. No unreasonable. And you know what's so funny? We didn't get this property from Wells Fargo. We didn't get it from Science Bank. We bought it from the county. And you sold us that property, and we had it, and everything was served and filed. And is this deed valid or not?
I couldn't tell you.
It's signed by the county. You're supposed to know what's going on in your county.
And for questions like that, I can't
It's
answer.
recorded. That's my point. You didn't give us 10 seconds of your time. You sat there and said, "I swear to uphold this, to protect these citizens," and you didn't give us 10 seconds of your time to come in and look at this deed, to even ask us for a copy, to go down to the clerk and recorder's office, and to even say, "Let me see the notifications." The IRS had 9 notifications. We're only required by law to give them 1, according to the state of Montana. In the federal statutes, it says in triplicate. But see, I know Chapter 26 of the IRS Code 7425B, D, and C. I know this up and down. And I'm telling you what, this is going down, and I want you to make a statement, and I want it in Ravalli County letterhead signed by you, stating, "This property, according to the state of Montana, is Mary and Brian Markins," so that I can put that as an exhibit to the judges that I got 7 because my 14th Amendment right was violated. I didn't have the right to protect my property. Well, look at that and say, as far as the state of Montana and Chris Hoffman, he's putting his neck out there. He wants to run for office. These people need somebody who's going to put their neck out there, and he's going to give me a document so that that judge, 7 of them in San Francisco, can find in our favor, because we absolutely gave the IRS notification. Their redemption periods ran. They have no claim to that property. They can still go after Curtis Swanson. But as far as it comes to that property in Ravalli County, they have absolutely no claim. Are you willing to put it in writing and do that for us, since you didn't give us 2 seconds of your time on July 27th?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I gave you 2 deputies.
Good evening,
No,
everybody.
no.
As the
Are you
crowds
willing to
get
put that in
busier,
writing?
we'll ring
No,
the
ma'am,
bell
without
about
looking at the
every
whole case
15
and not
minutes,
without
depending
knowing
on
exactly what
traffic flow and those
And how
types of
much time
things. So
have
when
you
you
spent
hear
on
the
this?
bell, we'll ask you to
sent you
get
two
up
deputies.
and mingle a little
How
bit.
much time
Like
have
I
you
said, down in
spent
Hamilton was
on
about
us
every 15
upholding your
minutes we
oath?
rang it.
I sent
So
you
that'll be
two.
the first bell. We'll ask
And
you
I
to get up,
upheld mine.
visit with some
You
other
are
people,
did
in my heart,
absolutely
I
and
believe
start
that I
mingling.
upheld mine.
Thank you.
So funny. Can you hear that? Kelly for sheriff. You got in by default. Second term by default. This is your
sorry.
first running of real boy thing, and that's all you got for me today?
I'm sorry
I sent
that
you two
feel-
deputies.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
haven't given us any time, and you're still not saying, Mary, if your rights have been violated as a citizen, I promise I'm
Mary,
going to put the
if
work
your
into
rights
this.
have been violated, then I will put the work into it. Send me all of the paperwork, and I
It's
will
at the
do it.
county. It's at the county. It's really easy. Tax ID number 9800. 98800. Joanne Johnson's aware of it. And you brushed it under the carpet yesterday by saying, oh, I protected them. No, you didn't.
I sent 2 deputies.
To kick us off.
No, they weren't there to kick you off. They had no jurisdiction to kick you
Oh,
off.
So
they
what,
were
so what
there.
you're telling me is if we would have refused to leave our property, we would still be there. We wouldn't be locked up.
Deputies would have called me at that point.
And then what
And,
would
and
happen?
then, as I understand it, based on the document that they had, they could forcibly remove you from your property.
So what
And you
would
had the power and authority to say, I'm going to stop this until due process
In your
is
opinion,
ran.
yes, in your opinion.
So are you saying you don't have any authority?
If, as long as due process, a signed document by a judge is in front of me.
With
then
an appeal
no,
on it.
I
It's
don't.
got an appeal on it.
It
So
does.
due process isn't finished.
But
It's
that
not-
judge
our
ordered them
process is
to
not
evict you
finished.
from your property.
Our process isn't finished.
And that is between you and that judge. And I hope
No,
you
it's
win.
between
If
you
if they're
protecting
wrong,
the citizens and
if they're
the
wrong, I hope
Guys,
that you
we
win.
have where it's time to roll. Sorry to interrupt.
I know. I know.
I'm available to you.
No, you're
Come
not
into my
available.
office.
Chris Hoffman.
And I'll come see you.